What I won't do is lose everything, clubbing, partying, doing drugs, and like doing all this stuff, but I won't stay stagnant. I'll risk everything for more.
All right, so I want to talk a little bit more about your fleet. You said you have 124 cars.
Yeah.
And you own everything yourself. Ethan, man, how's it going? Damn, the cars look nice, man.
Thank you, bro. How are you?
Good, how are you?
How's everything?
Pretty good, man. Dude, so what is this and what is this before anything? If they don't know what it is, what is it?
I'm pretty sure they know what it is, but this is a SF90 Stradale 2023, and then this is a FA Spider 2022.
And so in 30 seconds or less, man, if they don't know who you are you basically?
I'm Ethan Duran. I own the largest supercar rental in the world, 124 cars so far. My personal fleet's pretty nice too.
What do you got?
Personal, I have the SF90 2023, I have the 2022 FA Spider. I have 2 years Performantes, one green in 2023, one red in 2024. I have 2 Technicas, one white and one blue. Then I have my 2960 TS, and then I have a Revuelto that is not in such good condition at the moment.
What's your favorite car you own personally?
I was really enjoying the Revuelto. Like, I like new things, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people like the old school stuff. I like new things, bro. Like, whenever something's new and it's nice and it works fine, bro, I love new things. So, the Revuelto at the moment is my favorite car. After that would probably be the SF90. It's crazy because the SF90 is a lot faster, and you can feel it. Like, you can feel the difference. Like, the SF90 is a lot faster, even though on paper the Revuelto has more horsepower. But I feel like the SF90 just kicks in, probably because of the turbos. Because the SF90, the Revuelto's are V12 aspirated, so I think that's why. But the Revuelto just drives better, sounds insane. So I don't know.
So Revuelto or SF9, you're taking the Revuelto?
I think so. I'm not too sure, but if you made me pick today, I would, because it's newer and I have a lot more fun stuff to do with it, as opposed to this I already owned for like 2 years.
How much do cars make you? Like, what's a car that's like at the bottom of your fleet?
The bottom?
Like, what's like the cheapest car in your fleet?
What do you think?
Rental fleet.
What do you think? The M3? M4? Yeah, like an M3, M4, C8.
C8?
Yeah.
So like a C8 costs like, just like, let's say like 100 grand, right?
Yeah.
For the most part. How much does that car make you?
It's about like 70, 80K.
70?
I think
Okay, for like a bottom spec.
Yeah.
So how much does that car make you?
It depends, right? It depends on the state.
Okay.
It depends on the city. And it depends on really just your brand. For me, in New York, I can do like 450, 550 a day. And then in Miami, I'll probably do like 175 to 225 a day.
Damn,
so
that much
very
lower?
different markets, yeah. Absolutely
So
insane.
you think that's like a little strategy tip to someone at home, like if they want to start a $1 billion business, create
Yeah.
something that you don't own anything of?
Yeah, so like when we talk about the things of like, okay, what's an asset and what's not an asset, what makes money, what doesn't make money, people always talk about like, oh, real estate, this, that, third, but like nobody ever talks about like the middleman. People always talk, okay, you're either the customer or the seller. But what about the middleman in the middle that's able to be a customer and then profit by letting people rent that out? Not buy it, but borrow it, right? Let's talk about that person. That person's never spoken about. It's always like, oh, you're Louis Vuitton or a customer. You're stupid if you buy a Louis Vuitton. Or you're stupid if you buy a Lamborghini for $200,000 when you can buy a BMW or a Toyota that's gonna take you from point A to point B for $20,000, right? But why is nobody talking about the middleman that's able to be a customer and then rent it out for a fraction of a price and continuously make money? If anything, I think I'm smarter, right? Lamborghini is making a one-time payment for me when I buy the car once. I'm making money from that same car that they made, that they created, that they researched everything, right? Every single day, continuously, over and over and over and over again. And these kind of cars usually last for about 10 years where the hype is there and they'll still continuously keep making me money.
And a lot of people, I don't know if you've seen on social media, right? They're starting this thing where they're doing car rentals, but owning none of the cars. How do you feel about that? Like, people are just getting investors to give them cars.
Bro, I think it's smart. I think 100% smart. Why would you knock down somebody that's looking to do something that they couldn't afford, right? Like, at the end of the day, if I was born in the Dominican Republic, right? The number one predictor of wealth is actually the zip code you're born in, or at least it was in the past. I was born in the Dominican Republic. There's no zip code there that could predict where I am today. Like, absolutely whatsoever. So in that mindset, it's like you should never knock down somebody that's trying to do something to make money, right? If you're an owner of a car and somebody comes to you and said, hey, I want to make you some money, I'll go do all the work. I'll find the client. I'll do all the diligence. I'll make sure everything is done right. And hopefully that person does do the right job. You get to make money by doing absolutely nothing, right? And then the client gets to have a car that makes him happy, and the person between gets to make money. Whether it's a little bit less than the owner makes, it's absolutely fine. If anything, I think the broker is more necessary, right? Because if I'm a fleet owner and I have 10 cars, right? I'll make in a day whatever those 10 cars bring me. But the broker is able to book out my 10 cars and then go to you, go to him, and go to somebody else and book out 10 more, 10 more, 10 more. He's able to make so much more money than me, and he's able to literally make it with no liability. Obviously, his name is on the line. He's putting his reputation on the line, but he's able to do it without having an overhead, without having to do anything whatsoever with the car, and just bring in a client, which is going to end up being happy, and the owner is going to end up being happy. So when all these people that kind of come like, oh, this person's a broker joker, like he's knocking them down, he doesn't own any cars, bro, he's making money and he doesn't have the liability. I think the person's smart, and if he's doing the right way, he could potentially buy his own car whenever he wants.
And this is like, I feel like one of the most important questions about car rental game. If you want to own your first car and rent it out, what do you think is the best car to rent out?
Huracan, Evo.
Huracan?
Huracan Spider, Huracan Evo Spider, I think right now, or yeah, I'll just stick with that one. There's other cars I could give, but if you just have like no experience at all and you want want to get in the business, Huracan Spider is going to be the best.
So let's kind of break it down a little bit, right? What would you say a finance on that cost per month?
Obviously it depends on how much you put down.
But like on average.
Let's say you're a regular person with decent credit, some history, and you're able to go get it for 20% down. You're probably going to end up paying around $3,500 a month. Your insurance should be no more than $400 or $500 if you have a good insurance history. For example, for my Huracan, I paid like I paid $86
a month.
Well, I have a lot of cars. So the way insurance sees it is like the liability on the car. So it's like, how many times is this car gonna go out? Because I have so many, I can't possibly drive them all. So majority of them just sit. With that being said, I don't get charged that much. But as a regular person, $3,500 for the car, if you put about 20% down, and you didn't do no weird loans, a lot of those nowadays, right? If you went to a conventional loan, 20% down, you should be about $3,500 a month. Your insurance should be $300 to $400. Let's call it $4,000 to make it even. You're probably gonna rent that car out. In New York, I'll do it for $1,500, $1,800. Usually, I'll be at $1,600, $1,700 a day. So realistically, 3 days, you're already making profit. Right now, with Miami numbers, you're looking at like $800 a day, 1,000 maybe, depending on your clientele. So not the best numbers in Miami, but it's still profitable. It just takes you more time. Like for example, in New York, 12 days in New York equals to 30 days in Miami. If you're able to do 30 days, we still have downtime, we still have pick up, drop off, wash, this, that, third. Doing 30 days is extremely difficult, like day by day, unless you do like a monthly deal all at once. Now, if in New York I'm able to do 15, 20 days, I'm just making so much more money than everywhere else. It just makes more sense.
All right, guys, we're chilling on the couch now with my guy, Ethan, man. Ethan, I have a question that may be like kind of different to ask.
Okay.
You think in the car rental industry, you need a big network?
You think what?
Do you need a big network?
Well, that question just goes for every business, really, you know? The bigger your network, the bigger your marketing is, the more money you're gonna make, the more eyes, the more money. And that's one thing that a lot of business owners don't understand nowadays. It's like, dude, you have to kind of, grow. If you wanna get to the nitty-gritty of things, I'll tell you something that is huge, right? You know about my Revuelto, it just caught on fire. I can't speak too much about it, but I will say it seems like the situation is gonna end up going right? It's gonna
what does that mean? What do you mean going right?
Like it's gonna be taken care of in a good way. Obviously I kept a good positive attitude the whole way through, so I think that helps. But what's the real bigger reason why resolving this with me is important?
And a lot of kids are probably watching this video, right? They're my age or even possibly younger and a little bit older, and they're trying to make that first step to financial freedom, right? You think social media is like the first step?
No, but I think once you've mastered something, once you've done something good that has given you result, you should definitely go to social media and just document. Just document everything, your whole process, because you never know what tiny bit of puzzle along the way that you picked up could help somebody else just take it to a whole new level. Like some dude DM'd me the other day, he was like, I think he does trading. Yeah, he does trading. He was like, hey Ethan, 2 years ago you posted a video where you said, I refuse to stay stagnant. I said, I don't mind losing everything in the efforts of making more. What I won't do is lose everything, clubbing, partying, doing drugs, and like doing all this stuff, but I won't stay stagnant. I'll risk everything for more. And I guess he was like in a point in his life where he was trading or whatnot. I don't trade, so I wouldn't know. But he was like, when he heard that, he went all in and he changed his life. He literally just bought a Lambo and everything. This guy doesn't do car rentals, doesn't do anything I do. But just that video of me saying how I felt about business and about, staying stagnant just changed everything for him. Life is about puzzles, like this Louis Vuitton puzzle thing right here. And you just have to find those puzzle pieces to keep continuing building it, All
right, so I want to talk a little bit more about your fleet. You said you have 124 cars.
Yeah.
And you own everything yourself?
I own about 70 fully myself, like 70 around that number. And then the rest I have either partnerships with or automation clients that split the profit with me.
How many employees do you have in total?
38, 39?
38, 39. Damn. How does it feel like to be a boss now? This many people working for you at all times. They look up to you every day.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even about looking up to me. It's like they trust me with their life, their future, their livelihood, right? Because they have kids. Some of them have kids. Some of them have homes, mortgages. So it's like I have to show up for them every single day. And if they don't work for me, I can't say whether somebody's going to hire them right away or whatnot. So I wouldn't say pressure, it's more responsibility. And I thrive in responsibility. I like it.
And I don't know if we can answer this question, man, but having 40 employees, you must make a lot of money. You have all these cars. Do you know how much money you did last year, for example, or any month?
I do. But instead of telling you how much money I make or made, I'm gonna let you guys figure it out. I have 124 cars, roughly, maybe 123. One's burnt now. I make anywhere from
How many figures?
Hold on, let's let them figure it out. I guess my cheapest car would be like a M4, which we charge about $300 to $350 a day, but I don't have many of those. Majority are exotics, right? And we charge anywhere from $1,000 to $1,800 a day. With that being said, 124 cars, we usually do anywhere from 20 to 25 days. On a bad month, we'll do 15 days, but it never really happens. How much money do I make a month? How much money do I make a year? Figure it out. I can figure it out like that very quickly.
These guys do the
I can have an average. Yeah, I can do average, but I'll tell you though.
All right, so when you're buying a car, right? There's someone who's beginning who doesn't have like the insurance you have. I'm sure sure yours is like crazy. But is there a different kind of insurance you need for renting cars though?
It depends on like where you are in the world.
Okay.
Like in the US, getting rentals insurance is like extremely difficult.
Yeah.
South Africa, Cape Town, you can do it still. Dubai, you can do it still. In the US, it's like super hard.
Does it cost
I
more?
have it because I'm grandfathered in. If I were to like drop it and get a new one, I wouldn't be able to get it again. So the best thing you could possibly do is only rent to people who have their own insurance and the right qualifications and coverage to cover that vehicle you rented out to them.
Off the top of your head, what are the qualifications if someone wants to rent a car from you?
I mean, ideally, you want to have 100, 300 liability coverage. That's in case anything happens, anybody gets hurt. And you want the property damage to be at least $100,000.
100K?
Yeah.
Wait, I wouldn't even ask, how old are you?
26.
26. All right, my last question for you, Ethan.
10 years older than you. Oh my God. Wow. I remember being 16 too. Like it's like yesterday.
So my final last question for Ethan in 60 seconds. I think you have like a program where you teach people how they could like get into the position you're in now, but for free. What can they do to get into this position?
I mean, dude, I would just start by looking at my videos. If you want to do with car rentals, right? I would look at my videos and learn, and then just try to find somebody that wants to rent out a supercar, and then find that supercar for them. And that's your first step. Once you do your first deal, you'll realize how easy it actually is. It does get a little more complex in the back end when it comes to insurance and like accidents and stuff like that. But at the very beginning, if you're just able to find somebody that wants to have a car for a day and you just source that for them, you'll realize, whoa, wait, this isn't really that difficult. Let me do it again and do it again, do it again. And next thing you realize, you'll be making a couple $1,000 a month simply by connecting to.
That's awesome. Where can they find you on social media if they want to check you out, man?
At Ethan Duran.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. Thanks for coming up. Let's do a second one soon.
Whoa.
When you get your first supercar.
Coming soon.